Look at this bezel. What the hell is that? What is that? What is that? That's not how Yacht Master bezel is supposed to work. Zero, look. Zero, zero. There's zero recourse. I can confidently say I've never seen anyone scratch the insides of the lugs, or remove half the buckle material, or better yet, just refinish a watch, destroy it, and say it's mint. This has to stop. Time and time again, you guys see me come on YouTube and I tell you about all these scenarios, all these stories, and real life events, pretty much on a daily basis, weekly basis, or a deal by deal basis. Now, I don't tell you guys these things to scare you or potentially coax you into purchasing from me, although you probably should just buy from horologyexchange.com, then you won't have to deal with any of these headaches. 99% of other watch dealers, jewelers, whatever, they're never going to talk about this stuff. They don't want to bring it to light, specifically because it scares people. And me, looking at this from a consumer point of view, I don't want to be scared. I want to purchase something and never have to think about it again. So that's why I come on here and I make these types of videos. Now, unfortunately, this is one of those videos where somebody ends up getting scammed. It's not scammed in the sense of this watch is not authentic. It's more of the fact that this guy was lied to when purchasing this timepiece, and the dealer that sold it to him had absolutely no idea what he was selling. And that right there is rule number one. That's one of the biggest mistakes you could possibly make whenever buying a pre-owned watch or even a brand new watch. Always make sure you are buying from a reputable source. Now, I know that's tough. A lot of people online, there's a lot of shops, there's a lot of dealers, this, that, whatever. Who the hell is reputable anymore? But that's for you guys to decide. So remember, buy at your own risk. I just like to show these types of things because then maybe when you go and purchase your own timepiece, you don't run into these issues. Now, don't forget, if you are looking to buy or sell a timepiece, reach right out, shoot me a text or give me a call for the fastest response. You want to sell your watch, give me a call, shoot me over some photos. I guarantee you, I will make you an offer and I'll buy your watch before the end of the day. Oh yeah, don't forget, fastest payer too. I don't have to wait for a watchmaker to authenticate a watch. Which leads me right into the next part of this video. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's break this down. Now, this guy had reached out. He was looking to sell his 226659, which is the 42mm white gold Yacht Master on Oyster Flex. Of course, I said in a previous video, I love this watch. I think it's one of the best stealth wealth options that money can realistically buy, and I think they're an absolute bargain. So of course, I was interested. So we worked out a deal. I was gonna buy this watch, and he wanted to get into a Datejust 41 and then net some cash. So I ended up procuring that Datejust 41. It was told to me that it was a November 2025 brand new watch. All right, so it can't be more than a few weeks old. However, a watch comes in and sure enough, I see signs of polish. That's an entirely different story. However, I ended up running the serial. Card has been washed, somebody refinished the watch, and now they're trying to sell it as a brand new 2025. Nobody wants to put in the extra legwork to double check these things. But back to the actual story. So this is a 2022 226659. This guy purchased this watch, I don't know, a little bit over a year ago. Now, he did purchase this watch pre-owned, and I kind of realized that as soon as it came in. I took this right out of the box and immediately noticed quite a few things that were wrong with this timepiece. Now, I do just want to point out, sometimes when you guys relay problems to me, via text, you're not accurately describing whatever you're talking about, unfortunately. But 10 out of 10 times, that's usually what it is. One of the first things to notice, look at this bezel. I mean, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? What is that? What is that? That's not how Yacht Master bezel is supposed to work. Now I have to dig a little bit deeper. Now, right off the bat, if you purchase a ceramic or pretty much any newer GMT, Yacht Master, Submariner, whatever, and your bezel has this much play in it, you most certainly have a problem. Now, Rolex utilizes a 3-prong click spring now for the ceramic models, and these pretty much line up perfectly with the bezel. So I don't know how the hell this even happens. I don't know if it's the high trell gasket. Maybe they even forgot the click because this bezel doesn't even ratchet. Now, that's absolutely not good, but the problems don't stop there. Now, let's take a look at this crystal. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but if you catch it in the right light, and no, I'm not talking about those scratches. Do you see that discoloration up at the top of it? This is specifically because somebody polished it with the crystal still on it, then threw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. The AR coating actually discolors. Ask me how I know that. Well, I've done it myself, so I know exactly what it is. Now, back to the bezel. As you can see, the left side is actually hanging lower than the right side. This bezel is bent. Somebody removed it improperly, and ultimately, it led to even more issues. There's some play, back and forth slack on it, but once again, the problems don't stop there. Now, some people are going to say, this is so minuscule, why does it matter? The undersides of the lugs. The only way to achieve this finish, somebody used a belt sander to just vertically lap this up and down. This is absolutely not how a Rolex is refinished. It's supposed to be a circular pattern on the undersides of the lugs. Now, what's the issue by doing this? As you can see, all of the hallmarks, this signifies that we have an 18 karat white gold case. They've been pretty much ground down. Now, this makes the undersides, all these engravings, very hard to read. Now, even in between the lugs, there's a dent there. This is not something that you could easily just refinish with a few shots of laser. Basically, someone who doesn't know what they're doing took it upon themselves to refinish this watch, and then shame on the dealer for telling this client, this thing is mint, it's spotless, it's perfect. It most certainly is not. I mean, somebody really refinished this to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to take on the project. And that just goes to show I genuinely care about condition. The buckle here, somebody's removed about 50% of the lower portion of material. I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot of waves in it. It's not flat. And it's most certainly not how a $30,000 watch should look. Now, even when they reassembled this, they're missing a part inside of the glide lock. There's a serious issue, especially when you're sending such a high-end watch to someone. You want it to be perfect. Now, the watch is 100% genuine. It is authentic. But this is the major problem when purchasing a watch online. You need to trust who you're purchasing from, otherwise you will end up in situations like this, and almost a year later, you're pretty much out of luck. You have almost no recourse. So now, after all of this debacle, me relaying to the client, hey, this is what it is. I really don't want it. As crazy as it sounds, even if I would have bought this watch for $24,000, I don't want it. It's a headache. I gotta send this thing off to Rolex. I gotta get a new crystal. I gotta have them fix the bezel. I gotta deal with all this stuff. I gotta refinish it. There's dents on the underside of the case. That's just stuff that I don't want to fix, and I don't want to have a project. I don't want to have a almost $25,000 project sitting here and then having my money out for a month. And he totally understood that. And to be entirely honest, I told him, I don't even want to give you $24,000 because that is just, I feel like that's a lowball offer. Realistically, this is a watch that should sell right under 30,000 bucks, maybe 27,500. And that's where it sits. I still think that's a fair price. I think that's a bargain. Now, to you guys, me offering $24,000, it might sound like an absolute bargain. Like I'm stealing it. Like, let me throw on my cape and my mask because I'm committing robbery. But in all reality, I now have to hold on to this watch, send it away, get it all repaired, and my money is out. With that $24,000, I'm sure I can make a hell of a lot more than $2,000. And that's what some people fail to understand. When you want to fix things the right way, it costs money. I mean, that goes with everything in life, from your car to your home to absolutely everything. I'm not just going to sit here, throw on a quick $40 aftermarket crystal, replace the bezel assembly, maybe the crystal gasket, whatever's needed to fix this bezel, and then just refinish everything. It's not me, it's not who I am. If I do something and if I'm taking on a project, I like to do it the right way. Especially if my name's gonna be attached to it, I really just want no headaches. Now basically I told this guy, hey, reach back out to the dealer that sold you this watch, because if he was telling you that this is exactly how this thing should operate, right off the bat, he's dead to wrong. He's gotta take this thing back. I would do the same exact thing, but then again, I'm not gonna put myself in a position and lie to somebody that doesn't know, specifically so I can make a sale. So he reaches out to the dealer, and the dealer basically says, okay, we'll take it back. We'll give you a full refund a year and a half later. And something just didn't sit right with me. A few days after the holiday now, I do get a text from the client that sent this watch in, and he's saying that the dealers, started to backpedal a little bit, and that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. Nobody, a year and a half later, especially with issues, you can't really tell who caused it, right? I don't know if the guy caused it himself. Was it really sent like this? Nobody knows. And now this is the problem with that, especially to you guys. Me, when I purchase watches from the public, they have to come in first. They need to be fully inspected. I need to make sure that everything's working. It goes on the time graph or water pressure tester, whatever. Because once I say, hey, everything is good, send me over the payment info, and I issue them payment, I can't come back to them a week and a half, 2 weeks later, or even a year later and say, hey, remember me? I bought your watch. I told you everything is good, but there's actually something wrong. Can I get my money back? It doesn't work like that. Now, this dealer had actually sent an invoice, which I was able to read, and it does say on there, sold as is. Now, those 3 words are some legal mumbo-jumbo jargon. I don't know, but they are on everything. If you look at everything pre-owned, from pre-owned cars, you're buying stuff, and even just online listings, people say sold as is. What does that realistically mean? Sold as is. You are purchasing that item, that car, that house, whatever, and any issues that arise with it. Technically, at the end of the day, if this dealer wants to be that guy, he could really push back and say, hey, it was sold as is, or better yet, he could hit him with, well, I don't know, it wasn't sent like that. What proof do you have? And I try and tell you guys this all the time. I don't care who authenticates the watch. You buy it from an online source, you go get that watch triple checked. Because if there's an issue found the same day, it can be addressed. There is recourse. However, if you want to buy a watch, oh, it's such a great deal, you purchase it, you never get it checked. A year later, you come to find out that that watch is fake or it has an aftermarket movement, bracelet, whatever. There is zero recourse. Zero. Look. Zero. There's zero recourse. And I promise you, there is no business, there is no person out there that is going to give you your money back without definitive proof. Unless there is evidence that they sent it with those aftermarket parts. I don't know if you switched it, he switched it, whatever. Especially a year later, you're kind of out of luck. But guys, that was a quick video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't let this happen to you, all right? If you're looking to buy or sell a watch, don't forget, reach right out. Give me a phone call. Phone call is the quickest way to get in touch with me, guys. I say this all the time. Just call me. I answer my phone so quickly. Emails and text messages, they will be responded to, but it's going to take a little bit. I'm usually doing stuff throughout the day. Shop horologyexchange.com. Have a good one, and I will catch you on the next one.